What's up, guys? It's me, Jemere, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know by now, well, I'm a regional flight attendant. And today I'm going to go over the interview process for my company, which is Skywest Airlines. So, first thing first, to get started, you must apply. Okay, so you might be asking, well, how do I apply? Don't worry, I got you. You're going to head over to www.skywest.com, and what you want to do is go ahead and put that application in. Okay, so once you got your application in, you want to go ahead and read over the requirements. I probably said that backwards. Let me rewind. Okay, so prior to, what you want to do is read over the requirements. Okay, make sure that you qualify before you put in your application. And if you don't know the requirements, I'm going to go ahead and read them off to you. First thing first, in your mind, you must be willing to relocate, okay? You must know that if you're not based, even if you are based, and when I say based, I mean living. Even if you are living in a Skywest base, it doesn't mean that you're going to get that base. Not right away, at least. So, in your mind, you must be mentally and physically prepared to relocate, okay? So have that. You must be between 5 to 6 feet tall. You must be able to pass a physical test. You must be able to pass a drug test and an alcohol test. Medical marijuana is prohibited. So if that's something that you're dealing with, you're gonna have to figure that out, okay? You must be 21 years of age. You must have a high school diploma and have some customer service experience underneath your belt. A valid passport and visa if necessary. Okay? So now that you have all of those things and you're like, yeah, okay, that's not a big deal, you want to go ahead and apply. So once you apply, you want to go back and you want to look at on a website where it says recruitment. Now, Skywest usually holds about 20 group interviews a month. Yes, 20. They're from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South, okay? All over the map. And what you want to do is pick out an event that's closest to you, because you're not going to receive an email inviting you to come out to the recruiting event. They do theirs a little bit different. You're going to apply first, just so they have your information, and then it's up to you to pick your recruiting event and then go to that. Now, just so you know, if you're somebody like myself, when I first applied to Skywest, I was living in Alabama. It wasn't at that time any recruiting events going on in Alabama. So I had to go to Memphis, Tennessee to do my event. Now, you may ask, do they pay for you to do all that? No, they don't. They don't fly you out. They don't pay for you to get a hotel. That's completely up to you. So you must also be prepared for that. So for me, I had to drive, I think it was about 2.5 hours up to Memphis, Tennessee. I did my interview and I literally drove back home. Now, these interviews can last up to 6 hours. Yes. So I always say you want to be prepared, okay? I suggest bringing a little small, you're going to have a bag. My ladies are going to carry a little purse. You could bring like little snacks, some little almonds, trail mix, whatever to keep in your bag. My fellas, you can do the same thing, keep in your pocket, or bring a little briefcase, keep it in there. Now, you're not going to eat these during the interview process, only during the breaks. However, so now that you looked over the requirements and you see that you qualify for the requirements, now that you applied, you submitted your application in and you picked out your recruiting event, now you're going to go. When you go into the event, you want to be there an hour prior to when the event starts. Okay? So for an example, if your event starts at 5 o'clock, you want to get there by 4. You really want to get there about 3:45. Okay? So when you get there, that's when at 4 o'clock, say, like I said, an hour prior, if your event started at 5, at 4 o'clock, they're going to start to sign in. So when you go in, you're going to sign in your name. You're going to hand in your resume. If you happen to know someone that works for the company, you're going to also hand them a referral letter, which they're going to ask you once you walk in, like, hey, do you know anyone who works for Skywest? And you may say yes. If you say yes, then they're going to ask you, do you have a reference letter? If you have a reference letter, you're going to hand them that letter along with your resume. Now, if you do know someone who works for the company and you don't have a reference letter or referral letter, that's okay too. That's okay. You're not required to have that. So you're just going to go in and give them your resume. From there, they're going to do a height test just to make sure that you are within the height requirements. So that's the first thing. So you take off your shoes, and let me say this. Make sure that your stockings or your socks are clean, okay? Make sure that they're lint-free. Make sure they have no holes in them, okay? Please, again, make sure that they're clean, hole-free, lint-free, okay? Okay. And I say that for a reason, okay? Because you have some people who come in and, yeah. Anyways, so after that, they're going to do a height check, and then they're going to go into doing tattoo checks just to make sure that you don't have any visible tattoos. Now, visible tattoos are not permitted. However, if you do have tattoos, as long as the uniform can cover your tattoos, you're going to be fine, okay? You cannot come in with a Band-Aid over one of your tattoos or anything like that. That's not acceptable. So you're going to do that. So once you go through the height test and the tattoo test, you're going to kind of just be mingling around the room until they're done with everybody that's there. So during that time, I suggest that you just mingle with people and kind of find your person. Your person that's going to be like your cheerleader during their interview process, and you're going to be their cheerleader during the interview process. That just makes the process easy, okay? That just to have somebody there, since you can't really have your real friends or family there rooting for you, you can at least make a friend for that particular day who may become a lifelong friend, lean on a little bit to get through your interview process. So once they're done, wait a minute. So like I said, you want to be there an hour prior. You want to make sure if your event starts at 5, do not come walking in at 5 o'clock in 1 second, because that door will be closed. It will be closed and locked and you cannot get in. They will shut the door at 5 o'clock on the dot. 5 o'clock on the dot. Okay? I want you to remember that. And I did that like that for a reason. You can't come moseying in at 5 o'clock and thinking you're about to go ahead and make it. No, that door will be shut and the event has started on time. Okay? And you have to just think about, you never know how many people are going to be there. If you got 100 people, we can't be waiting 30 minutes for other people to come in when they feel like it. Because first of all, that's not fair to the people that was there on time. So anyways, so once you go through the height test, the tattoo test, the mingling, you found your person, you take your seat. I always suggest you sit towards the front of the class, okay? Do not leave those rows open. Fill them up, 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 okay? So you want to always sit towards the front. Showcase you, let them see you, that you're there, that you're present, that you want this, okay? Yes, show off that smile. Yes, beautiful. So once you do that, you're going to sit down. Now, what they're going to do next is give a presentation of the company, talk about the years, talk about the requirements again, and yada, 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 yada. So at that point, once they do that, they're going to give you a little break. Sometimes it could be between 30 minutes and 45 minutes, depending on how many people are there. You're going to take that break. Once they take that break is for you to decide if this is the best option for you. Okay? So, which they're going to tell you that as well. They just want to make sure that this is the best option for you. For those people that's not for them, or you don't fit certain requirements, then it's the time for you to go ahead and leave and collect your thoughts. I want to say a time for you to grab a snack, get some water, talk amongst the other people, and kind of relax a little bit, because the next phase is where they're going to give you a question. Now, in my interview, they gave us the question prior to our break. So I don't know how every recruiting event is going to be, or how everyone is going to kind of run their event, because the recruiters are different. But anyway, so they're going to give you a question. You're going to have 60 seconds to answer that question. Okay? And what I want you guys to listen to, this is so important. This is so important. Sorry. Listen to the question. Okay? I'm gonna tell you, I'm getting a little bit closer because this is how important it is. Listen to the question. Now, I'm saying listen to the question that they're asking you, because the question that they ask you, most people just, yeah. Okay? So, the question that they asked, at least me in my interview, was what makes a great flight attendant? And that's all they wanted to know. Another thing I want to suggest before you even go to your interview, and I know I probably should have said this in the beginning, is look on Glassdoor. Go on Glassdoor and read people experiences from their prior interviews, okay? But anyways, so if that happens to still be the question, kudos. I don't really know the questions of what they're going to ask you in an interview. However, if I did know the detailed questions, I probably wouldn't share them because I like my job, okay? But yeah, when I looked on Glassdoor yesterday, that question that I just stated was the question that people were saying they were still being asked. So, rewind this and listen to what the question was that I said. First thing first, let me tell you the primary role of a flight attendant. The primary role of a flight attendant is to ensure safety of passengers, as well as providing the best possible customer service experience while on board. Now, if you're the smart cookie that I know you are, you know what I just did there, okay? Alrighty. So yeah, now moving on. So once you come back from that break, they're going to give you the question. You're going to have 60 seconds to answer that question. Now, that doesn't mean you have to take 60 seconds to answer the question, okay? You just want to kind of get to the point, answer it directly, and that's it. Please do not overdo the question, okay? Just answer it and sit down. It don't have to take 60 seconds. My answer was probably about 30 to 35 seconds because I really just got straight to the point. That was it. Okay? So, again, so they're gonna go through each person, and I'm telling you, you guys, you're gonna see people just go off the loop and not even answer the question that was given to them. They're going to talk about something totally different. But I'm telling you that's watching this, stay focused. They're going to give you that question. You're going to answer that question and that question only, and you're going to be fine. So they're going to go through each person, depending on however many people it is. Now, sometimes they may break up the groups if it's too many people. You know, they might have someone go over here in this room and the other group going in this room, and they just kind of go through. So once they go through that phase, and pretty much on that phase, that's just to show that you're able to get up and talk in front of people that you don't know. You just want to display confidence. I just want to say that, like, you want to just be confident, and you want to be personable. You know, and you just always want to smile. Like, you just want to smile and just be yourself. I mean, that's the first thing, because guess what? After I said all of that, the number one thing you want to do is be yourself. Because guess what? Can't nobody in that room be you. Can't nobody be you. Can't nobody talk like you, act like you. None of that. No matter how much they try, they will never be you. So, anyways, after you go through with that question, like I said, you have like about 60 seconds. Everybody's done. They're going to go on a break. Now, during this break, I think it's about 45 minutes, maybe to an hour. You're going to go on break, and that's when they're going to deliberate. So they're going to go through each person's speech and kind of just pick out the people that they want to do the face-to-face interview. Because just because you went through round one when you heard about the company, then you went through round two and you did your little 60-second speech, and now on the round three part is where you're going to wait to see if you got a face-to-face interview. Once they're done deliberating, they're going to come back and list names on the door. So you're going to go up there. If your name is on the door, you, my child, has just advanced to the final round. So if your name is on the door, then that means you have a face-to-face interview. Now, if your name is not on the door, please do not be discouraged. Please hold your head up high, okay? Because you still can come back and reapply in 90 days. Trust me, it's gonna be okay. It's okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So when you sit down, you're going to do your little face-to-face interview. And this is the time where you have to just, you be you. At this point, it's up to you. Because you have to sell yourself. So you be confident, you be personable, you be, it's a time to kind of let your hair down. It's like, you don't have to be so stiff, Like, don't be a robot. Or whatever, just show your this is time to let your personality shine. Because guess what? You don't have to impress. Say if it's 4 recruiters there, you don't have to impress 4 recruiters no more. It's just you and that person. Only person you have to convince that you are the person for this job is that one person. Okay? So this is the time. It's a one man or a one woman show. It's just you and that person. It's time for you to put on that act. Okay? It's time for you to just be the person that I know you can be. I know you got this. If you're watching this, I know you got this, okay? And I know this is not your typical video. This is probably how I got the job, because I'm just being myself and I'm explaining in the best way I know how, in the lamest terms that I know how, in the most realistic way I know how to explain it, okay? And if you have any questions, please feel free to either leave your questions in the comments below. You can reach out to me on my personal Instagram, send me DMs, or you can send me an email. I'll reply. So, now that you got the face-to-face, like I said, it's your time to shine. It's your show. You got this. From there on, you're going to wait about 2 to 3 weeks for them to email you back to say whether you got it or not. And I will do another video on once you got your CJO and talk about training. I will do another video on that separately, so this video won't be too long. However, I do want to get some tips. First of all, if you got to this point, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, leave me a comment, and like the video, okay? If you made it all the way here, you might as well, because trust me, I got more for you, okay? This is only the beginning, guys. So I do have some tips that I want to display. I kind of wrote them down, so you may see me looking up and down. When you're doing when you go to your interview, people always ask about what to wear, which I think I may do a video on that, on different styles you can wear of how to wear your hair, or clothes and shoes and things like that. What to wear to an interview type of video. But what you want to wear is, for me, the first thing you want to do is be comfortable. Okay? Because when you're not comfortable, you're not going to be your best self. So if wearing blazers make you uncomfortable, scratch the blazer. You want to be business, it's business attire, but business attire doesn't always mean put on a blazer. It doesn't always mean that. What they want to see, they want to, when you go into these interviews, they want to envision you in their uniform. They want to see you in their uniform. So that's all it's about. So, some uniforms do come with blazers, but everybody that wear uniforms for the airline doesn't always wear a blazer. When I went to my interview, I wore black slacks. I wore a black silk shirt, tucked it in. I had a belt on, and I wore a black cardigan. That's what I had on mine. From me working in the office, I just basically wore an outfit that I would wear to my office. I had on black pumps to dress it all up, and I actually had my natural hair. I didn't have braids. I had my natural hair, and I kind of just wore it back into a ponytail, and that was it. And I had on some earrings like this. And that was pretty much it. I had on a little bit of mascara, and I did have my brows actually done, so I did get my eyebrows arched, and I had on a natural lipstick like this. And that was pretty much it. Oh, that's some things that you can wear. You can also wear a skirt, but if you're going to wear a skirt, I'm a tall girl, so pants for me is always a safe option. However, you can always wear a skirt too, but you just kind of want to make sure that it's knee length, okay? And then some other tips that I want to give is for when it's time for you to do your 60-second speech. Now, like I said, you want to go on Glassdoor. People list their experiences of how their interview went. So, what you want to go on there, you want to read. You want to read, and most people list the question that they was asked prior to their 60-second video. So, you want to kind of take that, which I said towards the middle of this video. I said the question, and I also dropped the gem in there for you guys, so I hope you guys caught it. Anyways, you want to kind of take that question and you want to kind of prepare for it, okay? So now that you've done your research before you went to the interview, you looked up, you looked up on Glassdoor, you read the reviews, you read the process, you watched this video. I'm sorry, guys. You watched this video, heard the question again, you heard the gem that I dropped for you, and you kind of want to take that gem and put that gem in your answer, and you want to kind of just go from there. Now, when you're doing your answer, you want to be as confident as possible, okay? What you want to do is you want to make eye contact with not only the judges, but that room. You want to work that room. So when you're talking to everybody, you're kind of like looking everybody in the eye, a skim. Now, let me tell you, this may sound like a lot, but it's really not. So you can practice. You have like, this is me looking around everybody, and I'm looking at the judges too. Or not the judges, but it kind of feel like that. It kind of feel like America's Got Talent. But anyways, you kind of want to skim the room while you're talking, and you want to go back and put your eyes on the recruiters, okay? So that you're talking, you have their attention. So you kind of work in the whole room. You know, you engaging, that's the word I'm looking for. You want to engage the crowd. Also, you want to engage the recruiters as well. So you doing all of that, talking, you do your speech, and what you want to do, you want to kind of see head nods, okay? You want to see head nods, and you want to see writing, and that's how you know. That's how you know. You got it. That's how you know that you intrigue someone when you see them, because they're kind of agreeing with you, and they're kind of writing like, okay. You know, you kind of want to get some smiles back. So those are the things you kind of want to look for when you're doing any interview. Now, if you're going mainline, it's the same thing. When you're talking to somebody, you want that. You know that you have that person's interest when you see them nodding, smiling back with you, because they're mimicking you. So they're going to be like, okay, yeah. That's what you want. Now, that tip goes for any interview. You're a flight attendant, banker, whatever, okay? That's what you want to see. That's how you know that you have someone engaged, when you see them kind of moving with you and nodding with you and agreeing and, you know, doing those things with you. And if you have any questions for me on the process of becoming a flight attendant, please do not be afraid to reach out to me. You can email me, you can write me on Instagram, you can write me on Facebook, even on my business pages, I'll still answer you. You can leave me a comment down below. Like I said, if you got this far, please subscribe. Subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and hit the notification bell so you can get another video from your girl. It's been real. Peace, love, and blessings. And most of all, congratulations, because like I said, the first step to anything is to apply. And you did that. and you did that. Congrats, boo. I look forward to seeing you up in the friendly skies. Have a wonderful day.